Hey, what's up everybody? How's everyone doing out there? Welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is part 9, I believe. It's been a little rough week, so I'm not even sure what day it is. I think it's Tuesday, but anyways, yeah, guys, I'm bringing you another episode of Career Mode. I really want to start pumping them out more frequently, but I don't know. Part 8, I only have like 13 views, so I mean it actually jumps around like ever so part of my career mode. There's some where I have like almost 200 views, and then there's only like a few views, but it's all cool. But anyways, this past weekend was UFC 145, if you don't know, and it was pretty. It was a good event. I mean, I'm a huge MMA fan, and every event is awesome. I'm a real crazy MMA fan, and this event it kind of went a little lopsided. I mean, with the main event, which I will get to that in a little bit. I just want to go over the other fights that happened, and for the first fight was Marcus Brimage and Maximo Blanco. It was I'm not gonna lie, there's always fights like this where guys cancel each other out, and it was a pretty boring fight. But Marcus Brimage did his thing, and he got a couple more cleaner shots, and the judges gave it to him. But it was actually a split decision, so Marcus Brimage won that fight. Also by split decision, the fight was Chris Clements won that fight, which he actually impressed me. He seems like he can be a pretty good top fighter. Chris Clements defeated Keith. Weird name, Whisky. Yeah, some crazy name there. Sorry for if I don't say it right, and I know I didn't say it right, so whatever. But Chris Clements won by split decision. Actually, a lot of these fights went all rounds, which is very crazy. But for the Facebook prelims, of course, there was only 2 Facebook prelims, so and then there was also 4 prelims on FX, and the first fight, Matt Danzig versus Efren Escudero, and that fight also went all 3 rounds to a unanimous decision where Matt Danzig won. Matt Danzig really turned up the heat, and he was looking good. I mean, I was surprised. I thought Efren would try to do more, but Matt Danzig was on top of his game, and he really took it to Escudero. But it went for a unanimous decision. So also it was John McDassie versus Anthony Njokuani. Njokuani won that fight by a unanimous decision once again. Njokuani, though, I thought he would actually end this fight. It was looking kind of close, but the judges gave it to Njokuani, so that's how it goes. Also, the next fight was Matt Brown versus Stephen Thomas, which I was really looking forward to this fight. And I'm really liking this guy, Stephen Thomas. He's another karate guy, but he's like different. I mean, he's like Lyoto Machida, he's like a different style of karate, and the way his stance when he stands in front of his opponent is like sideways. I mean, with the Lyoto is just kind of that wide stance, with his like body in the back and his feet kind of forward. But with Stephen Thomas, he's more like standing sideways, jumping, and like his kicks are crazy. I mean, he throws like straight kicks like if they were jabs. It's really awesome. I really like his style, but Matt Brown really took him to school with the ground game, and that's one thing. I mean, you really can't be one-sided. Like just one awesome discipline. I mean, you have to be good both on the stand up and on the ground. And I mean, some people can get away with, they have good takedown defense. We've seen that with like Chuck Liddell and Rampage Jackson, and Crow Cop did it in Pride, where he would just good takedown defense, amazing stand up. But now though, MMA's evolved a lot, and you have to be good everywhere. So Matt Brown won, and guess what? Another unanimous decision. Matt Brown won that fight. He pretty much just took him down, and he was on side control. He was on mount. I mean, although we saw, Stephan has heart, and he hung in there and lasted all 3 rounds. But, definitely Matt Brown dominated that fight. Although he couldn't put him away, which, he actually, I believe he tried to go for a submission toward the end of the fight, but there just wasn't enough time. So, Matt Brown, and I believe Matt Brown is going to be fighting soon again. Hey, that's the immortal one. But on to the next fight. It was a heavyweight fight, Travis Brown versus Chad Griggs, and this was kind of, I know Chad Griggs from Strikeforce, and I know he took out I know he took out Overeem's I believe younger brother, but he took him out, and Chad Griggs was doing good. So this was his first fight in the UFC, and Travis Brown brought it to him with a first round submission. It was really, really good. I mean, Travis Brown is really starting to look pretty promising for the heavyweight division, and and he's a real tall, long arms and leg, kind of guy, and we're seeing that he's good on the stand up and he's good on the ground. So, who knows? Maybe he could climb up the ladder. Maybe beat Czech Congo, beat Mitrione, and beat like Big Nog, and maybe he could be a top contender. I don't know, but he actually ended it. It was 2 minutes and 29 seconds in the first round when he submitted him. So on to the next fight, Mark Bocek versus John Alessio. John Alessio, he used to be in the UFC, but then he got kicked off for having this crazy losing streak and whatnot, and he was going through some stuff in his personal life. So he finally comes back, and his first fight back is not a very easy guy. It's a very tough Mark Bocek. Bocek's a really good grappler, and Bocek took that on, once again, another unanimous decision. That's right. And Bocek, Bocek pretty much just stuck him, and that's Bocek's style. He just got in the clinch, and after he gets a hold of you, he never lets go. He's like gum. He just will stick on you for the whole fight, for the whole round, all 3 rounds, and he won by unanimous decision. So on to the next fight, which was Mark Hominick versus Eddie Yagin. Oh my God, I really, I really like Mark Hominick. I'm a huge Mark Hominick fan. I mean, after seeing him, survive and almost start getting a Jose Aldo, I thought he was going to do some big things, but now this is his 3rd loss, where he lost by split decision to Eddie Yagin, and I'm like, wow. I mean, I guess it was a real hard hit for him losing his trainer, his main trainer, Josh, or is it Josh? I totally forget his name. Oh, what's his name? Oh, damn, I forgot his trainer, but ever since he lost him, Mark Hominick just hasn't been the same. So I'm hoping Mark Hominick can maybe come back and, maybe find a new trainer out there or something, maybe join Greg Jackson's camp or something. But, I mean, Mark Hominick could definitely come back and, be in title contention. I mean, Mark Hominick is a very, very, very good, well-rounded fighter. He's got real sick stand-up, very precise, kickboxing, and he has good jiu-jitsu, but Eddie Yagin really pushed the pace in there, and, the first and second round, Eddie Yagin really got to Hominick. I mean, and Eddie Yagin was kind of like a wild guy, throwing all that stuff, but it was, he just couldn't do it, and, Eddie Yagin won. On to the next fight. Miguel Torres versus Michael McDonald. This is another one. Miguel Torres was a top fighter. I mean, he's really, really good. I mean, his record 39-4. Well, now it's 5 because he lost by TKO. Michael McDonald caught Miguel Torres and knocked him out, and it's just like, oh my God, again, another top fighter that's just falling off. I just don't understand it, but yeah, Michael McDonald won. And for the other fight was Brendan Schwab and Ben Rothwell, and I thought Brendan was gonna roll over Ben, but Ben really got it together. Ben actually got in shape. He's a real lean, weighing in at 263. I mean, and he's lean. He looks good, and with this fight, he caught Brennan and knocked him out. I mean, wow, who knows? Big Ben could come back and really do something. Ben's huge, and now that he's in shape, this guy has experience and everything, so gotta watch out with him, man. But yeah, I'm real shocked that Brennan didn't win that fight. So on to the co-main event. The co-main event was I know Roy McDonald is a beast. He is a savage animal, young beast that's definitely going to become champion in the near future, for sure. I mean, he says it in 2 years he'll be champ, and he probably could be. But he was fighting Shea Mills. I don't know too much about Shea Mills. He's supposed to be this top fighter overseas, but he's another one-dimensional fighter, and we really saw it where Roy McDonald just took him down and destroyed him in the second round via TKO. I mean, he just took him down. He got him in that crucifix position and started dropping elbows like John Jones did to Matthew Shenko. I mean, it was ugly, and he really just made Shea Mills look like a little schoolboy. So Roy McDonald, he has a bright future in the UFC, and I can't wait to see him. I mean, it's going to be crazy. Even Georges St. Pierre says he will be champion, which I don't know what that means. I mean, they're in the same camp, so could that mean GSP is maybe thinking about going up to middleweight in the future, or even down to lightweight? I don't know. We'll see. But on to finally the main event, which I have some time here. So the main event, John Jones versus Rashad Evans. I mean, after watching this fight, it just left a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, I don't know about any of you guys. Please leave some comments about this event. John Jones, Rashad Evans, come on. I mean, I thought either Rashad Evans was going to upset the world and, find a way to beat him, or I thought John Jones was just going to destroy this guy, and I really wanted him to. I mean, Rashad Evans I'm not a big fan of, and, he's such a cocky, showboating fag that, I don't like to disrespect the fighters, but he's very cocky, and it's just like, come on, man. I mean, and it was bad the way it went. I mean, you saw that Rashad Evans did get in John Jones' head. I mean, the whole fight, it went all 5 rounds. Unanimous decision, John Jones retained the title, but it just wasn't. I mean, there was times where Jones could have ended it, and he's pulled the trigger on other guys that are better. He pulled the trigger on on Shogun, on Rampage, and on Lyoto Machida, but for some reason he just you could tell they trained together, and he just didn't do it. I mean, the second round when he started hitting those standing elbows, like, oh my God, he could have ended it, but he didn't. For some reason, his emotions were in there, and he just couldn't do it. I don't know. It was just a weird fight, and it sucks. I mean, Lyoto Machida destroyed Evans, and then John Jones, we saw not too long ago, he destroyed Machida. So, I mean, what happened, Bones? Everyone's calling him a bitch and this. I mean, who knows? Like, the only people that really know were the two guys that were fighting. So, I'm really just like, oh. But anyways, guys, I hope you like the gameplay. Please leave some comments about what happened in UFC 145. Hit like, leave comments, and subscribe if you didn't. This is Smokey, and I will see you next time. Peace.